I know a lot of you listeners have been waiting for this, so they're here. Yay!
Hi.
Cool.
We're sorry we're late.
Yeah.
That's okay. No worries. You're here now. That's all that matters. So, what are you guys' names?
I'm James.
I'm Michael.
I'm Wenzel.
All right. And are you all from New York, or what's...
Well, we met in New York. We all from different places. James is from Cleveland, Mike's from Boston, I'm from Europe. And we went to school together in New York, and in 2010 started playing together.
Awesome.
The city of Europe, that is.
So,
No.
yeah, so we're in Europe.
I'm born in Spain, lived in Germany and Austria and Portugal.
Okay.
So I've been moving around.
Awesome. So we're not going to have any live music. We're just going to chat, and that'll be fun. But I don't know. I'm curious to what your guys' influences are. So I guess first, what type of music do you play? And then we can talk about
Cave music.
Cave music, right? Because your album is in the cave, right?
It's called This Is Cave
This
Music.
is cave music.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, close enough. Awesome. So what's the inspiration behind that?
Well, cave music is like house music, but it's more wild, jagged, and natural to live in. And we take electronic music and play it with acoustic instruments.
And so I was doing some research, and I saw that. So it's 2 sax, right? And drumming.
Mm-hmm.
So who does what? What do you do, Wenzel?
I play saxophone, contrabass, clarinet, a little bit of synth sometimes, and electric wind instrument.
Very cool. All over.
Yeah.
And then, what about you?
I play the saxophone of tenor and the voice and the synthesizer and the clarinet and the soprano saxophone.
And all right, definitely.
Yeah, no commas in there.
musicians.
That was pretty bad grammar.
No, that's okay. No, I just think it's awesome you play a lot of instruments. Grammar doesn't really matter here.
No, it
that's
doesn't.
okay. What about you, James?
I play percussion in the band.
Okay, sweet. Oh, I saw those. I was checking out those drumsticks. That sounds
Oh, yeah.
weird, but anyway, cool. So, what are some influences, you guys?
We all really, really like John Coltrane, famous jazz saxophone player. And in a way, his energy really brought us together in a strange sort of way. If it wasn't for him, I probably would not have been in New York at the time I was. When I was 13, my teacher gave me John Coltrane's CD, Giant Steps, and I became so obsessed with it. It drove my mom crazy. I would just listen to it nonstop, and she was like, what is so special about this? But really, like, his ability to play the saxophone limitless and combine that with his passion just was mesmerizing. And I transcribed his solos and tried to sound like him. And really the pursuit of jazz music and his style brought me to New York. And Mike was completely obsessed with John Coltrane as well, and James too. So in a way, his energy, his music, his legacy brought us together and made us meet. So I would say he's definitely the most profound influence.
For sure.
Cool. So, you guys met at music school in New York.
Yeah.
So, when was that? How long have you been together?
We came together in 2010.
Mm-hmm. July 2010 is the first time we...
It's our anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
when we
kind of
started
coming up.
dating. Yeah.
Yep.
Anything big happening?
Well, I have a surprise for these guys.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
surprised for
I'm
them
going to
too.
bake a special cake for Mike and Wenzel.
Oh, you just mentioned your surprise. You just said it out loud.
Well, what the cake is the surprise.
Oh,
really?
I'm willing
okay.
to say it's a cake.
Is it going to be
Alright.
carrot cake?
Oh.
No.
Carrot
Is it going to be
cake?
carob cake?
Pumpkin?
No carrots or carrot
Chocolate.
involved.
Oh,
No more questions.
it's
No more
good.
questions, yeah.
It's
Bolivian-
chocolate cake.
Maybe
Well-
we'll forget about it by the time it happens, right? It's only March.
Actually, we should really do something nice to our
We
anniversary.
should do something nice for each other once in a while.
Yeah.
We never done anything for our anniversary.
I know. We're usually on the road.
Yeah, we didn't even acknowledge it.
And this is your 5th anniversary then, right?
That's going to be our 5th
Oh
anniversary.
coming
my
up,
goodness.
And
How
the
does
thing is,
that
it's
sound?
kind of hard
5
to
years?
define when exactly the band started. Right? We kind of eased into it, you know. The beginning, none of us took it
We
seriously.
were just hooking up at first, you know.
Yeah,
a
just-
little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah, and we were still seeing a lot of other people, you know, playing in other bands, that is. But then, you know, gradually, we got married. Now we're gonna have kids, and
We have 2 kids, our albums.
right, yeah. We're thinking about having a third one.
Is your first album self-titled?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then second album,
This is cave music.
This is Cave Music.
Yeah. And
I've heard that people have bought it, which is crazy.
You've heard that people bought it.
Yeah, like
How
that's
crazy
happened
is
out there.
that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And our next album is gonna be called Dudes with Tubes.
Okay.
No.
No.
Not actually.
I was gonna say like because you use synthesizers or
No, I'm joking. That would be too.
hey, I don't know. I'm kind of gullible, so you can't. Well, you can do that in here, but
I like the name.
Yeah.
Dudes with tubes. No.
I take
Ain't
that.
jiving would be a good one.
No, Mike really hates it. I think it's really comical because
Just
we
strolling?
do put a tube into a saxophone to get some lower sounds. So it would be appropriate. We have a lot of tubes. All our instruments are tubes.
We have tubes in our bodies. Everything is tubes, really. If you get down to it.
Really?
Well, maybe not everything.
do you
But there's
put
a lot of
other
tubes.
random objects besides tubes?
Besides instruments?
Well, okay, like you put tubes in your sax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, right now a traffic cone.
A traffic cone.
Which is a tube, yeah. I put it into the bell,
What?
and when I close all the notes, it increases the air resistance and lowers the pitch. So I can kind of emulate synthesizer-like sounds.
So how did you discover that?
Well, I was thinking I need a lower instrument because at that time we only had tenor saxophones, and I really wanted some bass in there, And then I thought about buying a contrabass saxophone. Looked it up. It's like 60 grand. I was like, well, that's no way I'll get that. And then as I was thinking that, I was walking down 8th Avenue in Manhattan, and I looked to my left. There was like a bundle of cardboard tubes that some fashion student probably threw in the street. And I was like, oh, you know what? All a saxophone is a tube. So if I just stick that into my saxophone, it would theoretically increase the air resistance and lower the pitch. So I brought that to my apartment and just like for a week started cutting tubes until I finally found one that resonated in a low C. And then I called up the guys and was like, hey, I got this new instrument going. And we went into a rehearsal space and didn't leave for 8 hours and came out with a song called Tubes. And that's the story behind that.
Good story.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. All right. Well, okay. So, okay, you guys are on tour right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're a weekend now, or like 8 or 9 days, I think.
I'm really allergic to cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great fact.
It's really rough because we can't stay with people with cats and dogs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So you don't have a tour bus?
No, we do, but we can't sleep in it. It's
You
not a
can't sleep
bus.
in
It's like a
So are you trying to
van.
find a place to sleep each night?
Yeah.
Do you just like
Always-
go with it, or do you have plans? Like, do you call people up before it, or?
It's always different. Sometimes we announce off the stage, hey, anybody has a place to sleep? Sometimes we know a friend. Sometimes we just go sleep in a motel. And yeah.
Sometimes the drive to the next city is really long, so it's a good idea to like make some headway the night before after the gig. So we'll like sleep in a motel between 2 cities.
Which is what we may do tonight.
Where were you before this?
Like before.
Like
right
what
now.
Kansas.
city?
Lawrence,
Okay.
Kansas.
Right. And where are you going after this?
Denver.
Denver.
Well, tomorrow we're playing at the U.S. Open, the Burton U.S. Open,
Okay.
and then at night we'll be playing in Denver.
And then tonight you're in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well,
That was my radio voice.
so we're not having any live music, except for James can play the guitar.
And
That's
James
it, that's
play-
it.
Go for it. No, play some more. Our listeners want to hear more.
James plays 10 instruments. Is it 10?
I don't know, something like that.
Guitar, tabla, drums, saxophone,
Piano.
piano,
Frame drum,
frame drum,
keyboard, mallet instruments.
yeah,
7.
vibraphone. Is it
It's a mallet instrument.
All frame drums.
Shanai?
Yeah, I'm not a Shania
A
player.
little bit.
Not really.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a double reed, 6-hole Indian instrument. It's similar to an oboe. It's a double reed instrument, but it's very simple. kind of a nasally sound.
You should bring it in here.
You know?
You should bring it in here sometime.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Next time.
going to play a song real quick, and so we can take a little break. But then afterwards, we can continue our conversation. I'm
Cool.
going to play "Think Back" by Galactic.
Nice.
So you all out there, you're listening to 90.5 KCSU Fort Collins. This is DJ Nisty, and we're in the studio with Moon Hooch. So keep listening. Here's some Galactic.
Bye.
90.5 KCSU Fort Collins. This is DJ Nisty, live in the studio with Moon Hooch, and we're just chatting, asking him questions. Yeah. So, if your band was an animal, what would it be?
A lion.
Octopus.
Goldfish.
So lion, octopus, goldfish, all mixed together.
Yeah.
I could
Actually,
see
the
it.
band is kind of like an animal. I feel like I sometimes feel like it's like its own like entity, you know? Like even if we're having a bad day or whatever, we just go on stage and the music kind of like uses our body. It's more like that Moon Hooch and its music exists apart from us. Sometimes it really feels like that. It doesn't make any logical sense, but it feels like it. And then the most interesting thing is that, right, living organisms create more of themselves, right? So we have high school bands like covering our bands. There's bands all over the world that start now with 2 saxophones and drum sets, and that's kind of like that organism creating more of itself. It's
I
pretty
like
far
it.
out thought.
Okay. No, that's good. It's a very
Energetic reproduction.
right of music.
Yeah.
That should be your new band, or not your band name, your album
Energetic
name.
reproduction.
Yeah,
The
energetic.
next album?
Yeah, next album.
Yeah,
You could give me credit for it.
absolutely. You can have all of the credit you want,
All right.
as long as we don't
Sweet.
have to pay.
Okay. Well, you know. So what about like, okay, if your band could play on any planet, what would it be?
Earth.
Or no, but
No, right.
What's wrong with Earth?
actually nothing's wrong.
What's
Yeah,
wrong with
Earth
Earth?
really,
A lot.
because there's no
Earth is
atmosphere
awesome.
I
that
know
we can
that-
really hang in.
You have something to say.
Well, if there was another planet with the gaseous combinations that Earth has, like lots of oxygen, I'd play on it. But I'm not aware of any others. Okay, fine. I'd play on Jupiter.
There we go.
I would play on
And
Jupiter.
why?
Well, you need like a glass capsule because you won't be able to make any sound unless you have an atmosphere.
Yeah, I'd float around Jupiter in a glass capsule
That's
for
great.
eternity.
Cool.
I would play on Zelon because on Zelon, all beings appreciate music to the highest degree.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
go.
Sure, I think
Yeah, let's go
consider
Zelon.
Yeah.
Zelon.
Where is Zelon?
It's in the northern Aklealamatic region of the multiverse
I've never been there.
in the 9th sector.
Really?
Yeah.
The 9th sector can be dangerous.
Yeah,
I've
it can be
encountered
tricky to
many
get there
dark
if
beings
you don't know
there.
the right people. Yeah.
You don't know the right people. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
many dark beings that will swallow your soul when you try to go to Zelon.
You have
Yeah.
to travel really fast straight to
Yeah.
Zelon. Zelon's safe, but they're trying to destroy it right now.
Yeah, because
so
there's gas.
definitely bring your purple crystals with
You guys
you.
are
There's a
good.
lot
At
of
first,
oil.
the question was like Earth,
Zelon.
and now we're like on a totally different
Well,
planet
I just
right
totally
now.
forgot about Zelon.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, good. Well, so we're gonna have to wrap up soon.
Oh, really?
I know. Yes, because my show actually ended about 15 minutes ago,
oh.
but that's okay. So anyway, we're listening to Moon Hooch right now. They're in the studio.
We love you.
They love all of you out
We
there.
love you.
Yes, and they are playing at Hodie's tonight. It should be pretty fun. I'm definitely gonna go. Hopefully, maybe. And
Hopefully, maybe.
yeah, no, I will.
Nice.
So, is there anything else?
No, don't do that.
All right, you are listening to 90.5 KCSU Fort Collins. Thanks, guys, for being in the studio.